G'day everybody, welcome to the FightFit Podcast. We've got Nasar Kassab here with us today, one of Australia's brightest young kickboxers, trained by the man himself, Nick Carra.
Thank you, Jake.
The great man, how are you?
Pleasure being on, mate. Thanks for having me.
No worries, man, no worries. What's been happening with you?
Not much, actually. Just training away like usual.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, man.
You got the fight coming up. Tell us
Yeah,
about
we've got
that,
one
man.
coming up pretty soon, about 4 weeks now, 27th of March, on Johnny Skeeter and Joe Demacoli show, Ultimate Promotions. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that one.
Great man, Johnny Sheeter. He's been on this
Oh,
podcast.
he's
I had a
a
good
gun.
chat to him about an
He's
hour.
a gun. Very, very lovely bloke.
I've never been to any of their shows. What's it like? They throw a
Good.
great show.
Yeah, great shows. Their shows have been going for a while now, for a long time.
Have you been spectator as well as
I have
fighting?
been, yeah, because I used to go down and watch my cousin Mark Kassab fight on the shows. Yeah, so I've been there a couple of times, and then I always said, one day I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight on your show.
And here you are. You might be main
And
event this time.
Here we are, yeah. Hopefully we're still not too sure, but yeah, it might be. Hopefully we'll see how we go.
Yeah, so you're from a Kyokushin background,
Yes,
right? Is that how you
yes.
started? Like
So
first time you ever
Yeah, the
walked
first
into a
I
gym?
started Kyokushin when I was 7 years old.
Right.
Yeah, so started Kyokushin. That's my base. Got my my first Dan black belt, and yeah, just recently, probably 2 years, we've been in the kickboxing now, and we just needed a change.
Yeah.
And
So what, there was like the competition dried up a little bit.
a little bit actually. Like, to be honest, there wasn't too much going on here in Australia, and just it's going a little bit stale. Needed something to look forward to. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And kickboxing's massive.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, and it's been awesome. Like, it's a awesome base to have the Kyokushin. You got your conditioning, and it's not too different. It's just you just got to add the head punches. You know what I mean? So it wasn't too bad.
A lot of good guys have started from.
Oh yeah,
Kyokushin
you got
as well, especially
you got
Australia.
Sam Greco,
Yeah.
Andy Hug.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Sam Greco on this podcast.
Yes,
about his
yeah, I
Kyokushin
actually watched that one. Yeah,
background and
Yeah.
how he was saying that he moved to sparring in kickboxing, and he used to like have tears in his eyes on the way to this to the boxing gym, knowing that he was going to have to go sparring all of these guys. And it's crazy to think that
100%.
someone like Sam Greco
Yep.
has that sort of level of like vulnerability.
Absolute legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't easy to transition, to be honest. You're coming from Kyokushin, you're doing it for how long I was doing it, 12 years, whatever. Have fighting all the time with your hands here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not worrying about your head punches, just worrying about the head kicks. And so that was the hardest part about it.
Right.
And so we just pretty much focused more on the boxing because our kicks are there.
Yep.
And sharpening up the hands, getting our hands to cover, the flinching, and it's coming together.
Yeah.
Still haven't got it right, but we're still learning. We're only 20 years old, so
Yeah.
there's plenty
crazy.
of time. So yeah.
Haven't even mentioned that yet, that you're only 20 years old.
Yeah, only
Double
20 years
Australian
old.
champion.
Yeah, double Australian champ, Victorian champ on Kings of Combat.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully plenty more to come.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So-
And it's such a good base to go. Then you got a lot of good promotions around. You got
Promotions.
Warriors Way,
Yeah,
Hammer's
yeah,
one as
yeah,
well.
yep,
And
yep.
I had River Daz on this podcast.
Yes.
Who's top 10 ranked in Glory
He was
now.
fighting Glory, yes.
He's doing awesome, and he's
No,
a lovely fella as well.
100%. No,
Yeah.
he's doing really well.
So it's a good base at the moment in Australia. I think
Yeah.
kickboxing's
There's a
pretty
lot of
healthy.
promoters coming up, especially like Prince Promotions. I went to their last show, and that I got to say that show was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty good with them. We're good with all the promoters at the moment. It's just the dates. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like, everyone just get through one fight, look what's next,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Whatever comes up, we just want to fight.
Right.
So
And do you get excited like coming to fight night? Are you like a nervous in fight week, fight day
Oh.
sort of guy, or?
Yeah, I actually go through stages. Like, a week out, I'll start getting a bit nervous and start thinking, oh, have I done the hard work? Have I worked hard enough? And then probably a couple more days in, starts getting a bit closer, start feeling more confident, feeling like, I'm feeling good. We've done the hard work, nothing to worry about. And then when it comes to weigh-ins, as soon as you see your opponent, you're just like,
Yeah, you're on.
all right, we're ready to go now.
Yeah.
Now then it becomes like, I'm excited. I can't wait to get in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I love it. So
I did my first kickboxing session, not even a kickboxing
session,
with my mate last week.
Yes.
And it was because I just been doing boxing for a few years, but my mate does Muay Thai at a gym in St Kilda.
Okay.
And he brought me down to his gym. It was just the two of us. He opened it up and we were just doing a bit of boxing sparring.
Yep.
And I was like, why don't we chuck the shin pads on? And
Perfect.
Like, if you want to.
Yeah.
And we started sparring. I was just trying to throw fucking kicks in his head.
It, man. Go for it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's good to mix it up.
Yeah.
You
The
know
thing
what I mean?
found amazing though was like the amount of balance. I just couldn't believe. Like, obviously, I know that it takes a lot of balance.
It does, yeah.
But then when you're doing it, you're throwing yourself completely off. Like 100%. The core strength that it takes.
Yeah.
And all the little maneuvers, like putting your hand in a certain place. Like,
of course, yeah. The guys make it look easy.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I see you guys and just absolutely walloping this.
Yeah.
Fucking
just throw them out. But that's just goes with anything. Just time and time, you just get better.
So
keep working on it.
Do you have like the pre-fight nerves? Do you talk before the fight? Do you listen to your iPod? iPod. Who the fuck has an iPod?
Yeah, I know the iPod. They're a bit old now.
Yeah.
But we listen to a bit of music, do a bit of talking. Nick doesn't really like the music.
Yeah.
Nick will be like, all right, get him off, get him out of here now. All right, now get ready. You're fighting, mate. Let's go.
Yeah.
But get into just. I like to be just on my own sometimes before the fight. Just sit there on my own and just think. But you don't want to think about the fight too much. Because it's just, I've done that before. You think about it too much, what you want to do, what you're going to do. If you're going to come in with this kick first, nothing goes to plan. You just got to go in there and just go with the flow, see what happens.
Yeah. And you've been training with Nick for how long now?
So I've been with Nick about just going on 3 years now.
Wow.
So it's been a bit of time.
How'd you get
now.
onto him?
So actually I got on to Nick through, because I train under Judd Reed as well.
On Fridays, right?
Yeah. So I trained with Judd Reed, and what happened was, at that time, I went through my first kickboxing fight, and I lost that one actually on a split decision. And I sat there, and we're like, "No, we need to get serious, find the proper trainer, and just I got to put everything into this." And then we spoke to Judd, and he goes, "We got my mate Nick Kara has just come down from Thailand." And mate, I wouldn't recommend anyone else. He's awesome. So then straight away we got on to Nick, set up the first training session, and it was like I got in there. I was like, far out. I was actually amazed. I was bamboozled by you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're dropping your hands. It was like a specialist, and that's exactly what we needed, because we need someone to pick on those faults. And Nick, it worked perfectly with Nick because he knows Kyokushin very well. So that was a bonus. And then as soon as that first session went through, done a couple more, and I was like, "No, we've got to get Nick on board."
Right.
And we asked Nick, do you want to be our trainer? And he goes, at that time, he wasn't really taking on fighters. He didn't want to train fighters. But he goes, "Nah." He goes, "Mate, you seem like a good kid and you're dedicated. We'll go for it." Right. So since that day, we've been with Nick ever since.
Yeah, and he's an interesting character, Nick. Like he's really, really, as you said, like a striking specialist.
He's absolutely amazing.
But also he's got I think he's got the psychological part.
Yeah, yep.
He's
100%.
His highlights walking into the ring and he's smiling.
100%.
Like bullet. Man.
Nah, Nick, mate, he's absolutely a gun. What can I say about him? He's training especially.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting there doing pads. He's looking in your face and he'll be telling you, your feet are moving the wrong way. You're doing this, you're doing that. And that's exactly what we need. And his style worked perfectly for me. And he's definitely taken me, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today. Right. He's taken me to another level.
So when you started, had you had any pro fights?
I had one with Nick.
Fight.
One before Nick.
Right.
So I had that one. We got a split decision loss on that one. And went straight to Nick. And since then, we've had 8 fights with Nick and all wins.
That's awesome.
So
you're 8-1 at the moment.
8-1 at the moment.
20 years old, double Oz champ. That's awesome.
Nah, thanks, Jake.
Do you have a prospectus for the future in the next few years?
I do. Yeah. Pretty much, Nick wants us to hit 20 fights here.
Yep.
And then we want to go. I want to go as far as I can get. You know what I mean? So that's a plan overseas. we'll just weigh up our options and get through the 20 now. Get at least a 20, get the experience up. We're still young. So then we'll go for it and see how far we can go.
Absolutely, man. There's so many good organizations out there.
100%. You got Glory. You got One.
Yeah.
Oh, One's gone massive at the moment.
Man, it really is.
So, anyone that comes up.
And they have a cool way of doing things as well. And they actually have a really high level of high caliber. Like you saw that Sage North.
He lost, didn't he?
He lost and he got absolutely murked, man. Like he got his jaw broken in 10 places. And
so I heard about it. So he actually got smashed.
Yeah, but like it was just one punch by this guy. I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't believe I can't remember it. But yeah, he got belted with one punch and broke his jaw in all these different places. And like he was meant to be a high level striker in the UFC.
In the UFC.
He didn't do so well. Yeah. But then he goes to One and he expected to be the golden boy and he just gets belted. So
there you go. All I can say about him, he's got a ripper body.
Yeah,
far out, mate. That bloke.
Yeah, you follow him on Instagram and like every freaking supplement company's trying to get him to post their photos.
That's and stuff. He's got a ripper body.
Yeah, man. Far out. But,
so we're fighting FightFit Collingwood.
Yeah,
down there with Nick.
Yeah, man.
And then soon Moorabbin.
Yes.
As soon as that opens up.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting things to come.
So have you've been hanging out down there a little bit, checking out the
place? I actually haven't been yet. Haven't been down yet. So
really,
hopefully I've got to go down. Just been busy and all that.
Yeah, opens in a few weeks.
In a few weeks we'll be down there and we'll be training there, helping out a bit, taking a couple kickboxing classes.
Yeah, I haven't been down, but I called Nick today.
I
told him I'm to come down and check it out.
Yeah, you got to go. It's going to be an awesome setup.
Have you done much like training before, training other people?
Like just trainers.
So when you at Moorabbin, will you be training there, or will you be actually working?
So I'll be training, and I'll be doing a couple classes. I think I'm going to be teaching the Saturday classes, kickboxing.
That's
so if anyone,
so
get down. We'll get down there. Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome gym. Can't wait. Oh yeah, I'm excited actually. Can't
team.
Wait.
So Faisal's going to be on there a few days.
So Faisal's a gun. Love the bloke.
Fayad, man.
Yeah, Faisal. He's in our team.
Australian team.
He's an absolute legend. He's in our team.
Yeah,
he's a big part. So you got Faisal, Nick, got Judd Reed. Like
he's in your
they're in my corner. They're in my corner. Like I can't. Like
if they think the UFC thinks they've got the BMF belt, it's those three.
Yeah. Oh, they're awesome. I can't go wrong with those blokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all up to me.
Have you seen Judd's documentary about the?
Oh, of course. I've watched it that many times. I remember when I was younger, I was going crazy over that thing.
Dude.
Judd, he's an awesome bloke.
Yeah.
An awesome fighter. Like he's a legend. I've got three absolute legends in my corner. And
I've had Nick on here 3 times. I've had Faisal on here once.
Yep.
And I was meant to have Judd on before I went to South America for a few months. I was meant to have him on before. And it was like day of the podcast. I was G'd up, and then it was a 45-degree day, and this office gets really humid.
Hot, huh?
Yeah. So I called him up in the morning. I was like, mate, we're gonna have to rearrange.
Now you got to get him on.
He was going to come
awesome.
in the 45-degree day. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah. No, Judd, like most humblest bloke.
Yeah.
And like nicest guy you ever meet. Like he's a gun of a bloke, and just training, especially when he trains people, like his classes and all that, it's to another level. I've got to say, like, it's not just the way he trains, the way he gets into it, especially with Nick, like they just get into it. It's like it's all love.
Imagine those guys.
You know
in
what
Thailand,
I mean? Yeah, Judd and Nick together. Yeah.
And imagine those training sessions. They would have just pushed each other and spurred each other.
Far out, 100%. Yeah, nah, they're awesome. So that's pretty much my corner. I got all the boys, Dimmy, all the sparring guys from Malvern and all that. Mate, I'm very grateful for them boys. Very.
Yeah, I mean, your hard work would show that.
Where
you're at.
They're behind me, like 100%. But it's up to me. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't,
you'd show your gratitude.
100%. I got to perform, and it's all on them. If it wasn't for them, I would not be where I am today. 100%.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
So,
it's such a good corner.
Also, it's an awesome corner.
Yeah.
And they're not just trainers to me anymore. They're family.
So for the people who haven't seen Judd Reed, the documentary that made about Judd Reed, he trains for how many weeks? Or like a few
I can't remember how many weeks. A couple months.
There's not like a set time.
Yeah, a couple months, whatever.
He fights 100 men, 100 rounds.
Yep.
Fresh guys every round.
Yep.
And like it's insane. Like
it is insane.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And the training that he's doing is just next level.
Oh, like, especially that heat there.
Yeah.
You get the humidity.
In Thailand.
In Thailand, it's that's a massive that achievement is absolutely massive. Well. Yeah, and Nick was in the video in the what is it called? The clip?
In the documentary. Yeah.
Would
you say that like any of that hardcore training rubs off now, or do you think that like it's not as like old school and hardcore what they do with you?
Oh, they're still old school.
Really?
Yeah. Especially Nick. Nick's still old school. Yeah.
And like the conditioning
yeah, that's why Judd does pretty much all my conditioning stuff. I'm with him at least once a week. Just keep in touch with the Kyokushin. Conditioning, like Kyokushin it's awesome for the conditioning. Right. That's why it's such a strong base.
Is it a lot of pad work, or is there like sort of that primitive work that you see Judd and Nick doing in those videos and stuff?
A lot of pad work with Nick.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of that stuff as well.
Right.
Yeah.
What would like a really hard session be like? Is there anything you can like that sticks out to you?
Oh, hard session.
To really
every session leading up to the fight is hard.
Yeah.
They're smashing me up.
Really?
I gotta say, yeah. Like yesterday, I got fourth.
What a session. Were they doing?
Yesterday, went through sparring. So then on, where do we go? Then on to the bags, more sparring.
Yeah. And
then jump on the pads at the end of the session. And then from pads, I'm doing 1 minute and 30 seconds on 1 minute with Nick on the pads, hard pads, and then I'll be doing a minute just with Dimmy, just sparring again, and you just keep changing. And we're doing 4 minute rounds
so it's
as
just
well.
Rinse and repeat.
So just pump it out.
Gets you to,
because at the end of the day, you've sparring is different fitness, pads, bag, running, all that. It's you got to do it all because it all adds up together.
Right. And Nick, when I've spoken to him, he says that like you want it to be like where you get to the fight and the fight's the easy part because you've trained.
That's
so
exactly right. 100%. You train hard in the fighting, do all the hard work there, so the fight is easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it says easier.
Exactly.
It gets easier.
A fight's a fight.
A fight's a fight.
Have you been over to Thailand or anything?
No, I haven't. Unfortunately, I haven't been yet.
Is that something you want to do?
Hopefully soon. Yeah, 100% hopefully soon.
You couldn't have a better team to do it for. Like Nick knows everyone.
Yeah, Nick. He's like the king of Thailand.
Machine Thai friends. Like
100%. Nah, 100%. I'm gonna go down. It's just with work and training. It's just hard to fit it all in.
So what are you doing for work?
For work, I'm in building and construction. So I'm a site foreman and in carpentry and all that. So a bit of a
and all that?
Yeah. I've been there since I was 16. Same company.
Wow.
And they're one of my sponsors, major sponsors.
Oh really?
Yeah, AAZ developers. So we do a pretty full on job. Like it's not just sitting behind the desk and then go to training. So that makes it hard as well.
That's good, man. It's good to have something to fall back on because with a fight career,
that's exactly right.
You never know.
What's going to happen. So you got to have something to fall back. That's why if I get my builder's license, that's the main Like I want to get my builder's license. So then just go hard and whatever happens, happens. Yeah. You know what I mean? We've got something to fall back on. That's always good.
You see guys like, as I was saying before, like River Daz,
who
had his 24 fights.
Yep.
And then he went over to Glory.
Yeah.
And he's still only young, only 26
still young.
or something like that.
Still young.
And that sort of stuff must give you like inspiration.
Oh, 100%. Looking at the boy, like watching all the boys here doing well, like that's just that's exactly what we want to do. Hopefully, get to our 20 fights, and then Nick's the boss. So whatever Nick says, that's it.
And you like the idea of like traveling and
I love it. I can't wait.
Have you done much traveling?
Haven't done much actually. Really, only been in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
So I fought over in New Zealand when I was younger in the Kyokushin. That's the only trip I've really done, and all here down in Australia and all that.
Man, that would be.
We got to get onto it.
Yeah, that would be so awesome, man.
Hopefully soon,
because you can go like it's big over in Europe.
Yeah,
They have shows all around Europe. for glory.
Oh yeah, 100%. Nah, that'll
in the States as well.
That's a plan anyway.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That's the dream.
Going traveling for work.
Go travel, train. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm following some of my mates at the moment who are over in. It's not as flash, but they're over doing the Olympic trials for boxing.
Where are they doing that?
In Jordan.
In Jordan, okay.
They were in India before that. And then like they're just traveling around. I'm like, oh, you boys are killing it.
That's awesome.
Not making any money or anything because they're amateurs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Still awesome.
Good experience. A lot of learning.
Yeah. So do you have a time frame on like when you feel like you could take it to the next level, start going overseas, or as you said, Nick's the boss? Yeah,
Nick's the boss. Really, whatever comes up.
Yeah.
We'll just keep fighting here. Keep just trying to just climbing up the ranks. Yeah. And like I said, look, we want to try here at least 20 fights before we go overseas.
Right. Yeah. How would you describe yourself as a fighter?
As a fighter, pretty much. I go in there hard. Like, we like to be on the front foot. I don't know actually.
Nick said to me that he reckons that you kick harder than most heavyweights, and you're only 75 kilos.
Nick loves the pads.
Yeah,
yeah, the kicks. Yeah. Our kicks are our main. Heavy? We got big kicks. We do have big kicks. That's from the Kyokushin anyways.
Yeah.
But Nick, I feel sorry for Nick. Especially when it comes up to fight like that 6 week period to the fight. That's when we're stepping up the pad work, everything. And Nick, I don't know how he handles those pads.
Love it.
He loves it. He gets straight up.
Yeah.
And you know what? When it comes up to fight week, he's actually more stressed than me. I got to say. Yeah. Nick, he gets into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We got a very good bond with Nick.
So how old were you when you very first started fighting?
Started training at 7. 7 years old. Yeah.
Made for this shit.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I've been doing it since 7, like 5 days, 6 days a week. I come from like my dad. We'll call him the Hitler. He's pretty strict on the trainings. Training part. And from probably.
So he put you into.
He put me in. Yeah, at 7 years old. I can't remember what happened. I think I was getting bullied at school by some older kids. I come home. He's a bit of a hardy. He goes to me, all right, come on, man. You got to defend yourself. We're putting you in here. So I started at a local gym in Glenroy. Started there, and I was there for 10 years. And then, and then went to the kickboxing, like I said. But, the Kyokushin, I'm very glad my parents put me in.
How many fights
very grateful.
You have?
Oh, too many.
Heaps, yeah.
Too many. I was fighting a lot.
Right.
And every tournament that came up, we were in.
Really?
If it was for traveling to Sydney, traveling to Canberra, whatever it was, we were there. So you're constantly fighting.
That's cool.
Yeah, constantly fighting. Yeah, my dad, at 7, 8 years old, 10 years old, mate, training 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
I always say that. Like, I want to put my kids into it.
It's awesome. Yeah. I'd recommend to any parent that's got kids or anyone, like, it's absolutely awesome for them.
Yeah.
I was a shy kid. I wouldn't even speak to anyone. Really. And then it just opens you up, really. And people used to say to my parents, why are you teaching your kids to fight? Like, it's not really good. But it's the complete opposite.
It gives it makes you more humble, but it makes you more
confident. It does. It makes you humble. And it's a complete opposite. Like I said, you don't see many. You see all the good fighters. You don't see them all, mate, going out there and looking for a fight. No way. Everyone, you see most of the good fighters are very humble. You know what I mean?
If you look at a true martial artist,
they'd
be the first one to just eat, to like cool down a street fight.
100%. 100%. That's why, like, when people say, "Oh, you're teaching kids to fight," it's a complete opposite.
Yeah,
you're teaching kids. The kids don't look for a fight when, like, that was for me anyway, and that's what I believe in.
Yeah,
it's awesome for the kids. It opened me up, and that's the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, jumping into the martial arts.
Oh, you know that there was that bullying video that was going around.
Yep.
And then Mark Castanini posted a video, and he goes, just like my thoughts on this. And he goes, look, I think that this poor little fella getting bullied, I think it's important for parents to like sort of make their kids physically and mentally strong, and whether that be going into martial arts or just doing something.
I'm all for that. 100%.
I was like, 100%, man.
It's exactly right. That's what I was just
telling you off camera about some of the mischief that I used to get up to.
When
I was 16. Won't repeat it, but if I had been introduced to this lifestyle earlier back then, I wouldn't be
for sure.
Mucking
around
the streets and
you know what it is. You stay busy. You stay busy, and my parents always tried to keep me busy. I'll come home from school, whatever. I was never hanging around at shopping centers, never hanging around on the streets. Always, I come home from. It was a routine. Come home from school, whatever. Oh no, I got training, and I'm there from whatever most of the night. Come home, you're too tired to do anything,
right?
And it works out good. You're not out there looking for mischief.
Exactly.
And what I believe in, you got to keep your kids busy. Right. When they get got too much time on their hands, that's when sometimes they get up to mischief. And I'm still like young myself, so
yeah. I mean, when I was younger in my teenage years, I had so much time on my hands. We used to go to this bridge near my house, and we used to jump off in summer days into the water, and then we'd piss people off in the cars. And then we'd piss them off so much that the cops would come. Then when the cops would come, we'd like wait till they got to us, jump off the bridge, swim away. And fuck you.
There you go.
That's someone who's got too much time on their hands.
Exactly right.
Done with a good coach.
Oh no, that's funny. But kids gotta have fun. Kids will be kids.
Yeah,
that's it.
Not that much fun though.
Not that much.
Exactly.
No, it's funny.
So you're all G'd up, ready for your fight?
All G'd up, still got 4 weeks, so we're in training camp at the moment. Training hard, picking up the training now.
What does it look like at the moment? Because you've got 4 weeks left, you'd be going pretty hard right now.
Going pretty hard, and I'm coming off like a big break because I took most of Jan, took all of Jan off actually. I'll do that every year. Take all of Jan. You just need a break. You know what I mean? You don't stop all year, training 6 days a week, all year. It's just like your body needs a bit of a break, and you come back, I'm refreshed now, ready to go, pumped up. So
when you take Jan off, what are you doing?
All of Jan, I'm probably just mostly at the beach. I'm down in, got my holiday house down in Dramana.
Right.
And I just relax there 4 or 5 weeks.
Really?
And I just stay and do nothing.
Oh, that's good.
I try to keep up the running.
Yeah.
Nick's on my back. Nasty, better be running. Yeah. But when you're on holiday, you say you're going to do it when you're training on holidays. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But when you get on holidays, it's like, it's hard to get motivated. Hard to get yourself to do stuff.
I was in South America. And I tried to tell myself before because I had a fight the night before.
Yep.
And then the day after, I left for South America.
Okay.
For a few months.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm in good shape.
You're going to keep it going.
Keep it going. You're going to run every day.
There you go.
Get over there, and I just drinking beers, smoking cigarettes every day. 2 months later, I come back, I'm like, fuck. It happened again.
Yeah.
I've signed up for a 16-week strength and conditioning program now. So is that how you keep that balance in your life?
That's how I keep my balance, but mostly like through the year, we're not taking any breaks, working straight through and just training, working. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So
when you say you're a site foreman, my family are tradies, my best mate's a tradie, but I know absolutely useless practically. That means you're going around to different sites.
So we've got a couple of sites going, working, So we're just practically on site. If anyone needs anything, we're there for them. Whatever, any questions or anything.
Do you have to tell all the tradesmen how to do their job?
We've got like my boss is pretty onto everything, so we don't have to do much of that, but yeah, a bit of it.
That's my worst nightmare, having to go to a concreter and tell him what you want, or whatever. Or go to a roof tiler and tell him to do it again. Oh, no. I could not do anything worse. I tried to do concreting, not like as a trade, but just as labouring for a few weeks.
Yeah. That's a hard job.
Man, my bosses were such legends, but they just used to get so fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
I'd go back. I'd get like the wheelbarrow.
Yep.
And go to the truck. And they'd tell me to get the pegs out.
Yeah,
I'd bring back like 3 pegs.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
grab a whole wheelbarrow.
I was like, I'm not going to break my back.
Yeah.
I'll bring them over slowly.
100%. I know what you mean. Because my dad's actually a concreter.
Yeah.
And
worst nightmare.
So what happened was everyone goes to me, why don't you go work for your dad? My dad actually wouldn't let me work for him. He's like, mate, it's a donkey's job. Hard. He's got his own business.
Your dad's like a hard.
He's hard. We all call him Hitler. We all call him, even Nick. I remember when we were younger, we were like, all the kids were going to the park or whatever. All our family they were doing something, and they'd be like, "You coming?" And I'd be like, "No, kids are training. So that was pretty much our childhood. But I'm very grateful for them, and I wouldn't be where I am today. Like I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't getting pushed by him. Because at the end of the day, like you're not going to always be like fully motivated to train. You go through your ups and downs. So sometimes you need that bit of a push to just keep going. And especially when you're a kid, you get bored pretty easily.
Tell me about it.
And it's not about forcing them, it's just pushing them.
Right.
You got to go to training. Go.
Who else would you say are the biggest influences in your life?
Influences really like my parents. They help me a lot. I'm here because of them. And Nick, he's pretty much like a second father to me. Like we got a very strong bond. And like all my trainers, I can't just call them my trainers. They're family to me.
What
my
about
whole group.
Mark?
Mark Kassab, my cousin. Yeah. Mark, we're close with Mark.
Do you like back and forth ideas?
Mark, at the moment, I don't think I'm not too sure if he's training at the moment. But we went to Ultimate because of Mark.
Does he like give you like advice, and do you speak to him about your upcoming fights and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
I guess it's kind of your like trainer's role though.
The trainer's role, like Nick, it's all like pretty much respect to Nick, Judd, but yeah, Nick's the boss.
Have you ever done any like grappling or jiu-jitsu, judo?
You know what? I haven't actually. I've never got into it, but Nick's on my back. He wants to get me into it. He just keeps telling me like, come on, like at least once a week. You know what I mean? Just to get, because you never know what's gonna pop up. You know what I mean? It's like that's why he really wants me to get into it a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be a smart idea to like
to
do something with
that. 100%. It's just me. Like I've never really got into, never been my style kind of thing. Like the grappling, the closeness.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Intimate.
A bit intimate, a bit close, too close for me. I don't know. But maybe, hopefully soon, we're going to give it a try.
Well, I mean, with the current climate of the combat sports world, the UFC obviously at the very top.
Yeah, for sure.
And then kickboxing would be next.
Yep. Easily. Or even boxing.
WWE.
Yeah, WWE.
Yeah. Obviously boxing, of course.
Boxing is
UFC and boxing. You'd kind of say they're on par.
Yeah, boxing's
like
massive.
Different sort of demographics.
Yeah.
And then you got kickboxing below those.
Yeah.
So
boxing's massive.
Kickboxing is huge. It's like in Holland.
Germany, yes, it is. Yeah,
They love their glory.
Oh yeah,
and then
of course.
In Asia as well, they love their
massive.
You got Lethway in Burma. Have you seen that?
I haven't actually.
Bro, it's a bare knuckle like. You can use headbutts as well.
Okay.
It's like the Burmese national combat sport.
Far out.
Lethway, Lethwei.
I'm gonna have a look at it. That's hard.
Yeah, like that's
full on.
Freaking headbutt each other.
Yeah.
It's
far
crazy.
out. No, that's full on.
So yeah, what was I getting? I was grappling.
Grappling, yeah. So never say never.
Yeah, and with like the opportunity to maybe like fight for something like the UFC as well.
You never know what's going to pop up.
You see, like Israel Adesanya was a
kickboxer
who
he was a massive kickboxer.
Yeah.
He's a legend in kickboxing.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, he's huge. I'll
watch him a lot.
I was watching his highlights the other day of that time where he had that tournament where he like knocked out like 4 dudes in one night. And he like there was a knockout tournament with all these heavyweights.
Yeah.
And he knocked out like 4 guys in one night. And it's just the highlights are just insane. The way he's playing with them and like
he doesn't even look like he works up a sweat. He's just playing with them.
Yeah. It's almost like
he's unbelievable.
His natural ability, this natural nous that he has.
Yep. Nah, I'll watch him a lot. And he's awesome. Yeah. I gotta say, yeah.
But he moved to UFC after having no grappling background.
Nothing, huh?
Brad Riddell is another one who's just gone over the UFC, and he's obviously a gun kickboxer.
He's a gun
as well. So
yeah.
Who knows, man? The sky's the limit.
You never know.
20 years
Only
old.
young, yeah. That's it. So whatever comes on my way, just stay humble.
You get UFC fans
keep working.
Like Nick, you're trying to push
yeah. Nick, that's right. Nick's been trying to push me, but he's gonna break me soon. I'm gonna break. I'm gonna have to jump in.
Just give you good cuddles.
Yeah. That's it. 100%. Exactly right. But nice. We're getting a bit into the boxing now as well.
Oh yeah.
Having a couple amateur boxing fights.
Oh, that's right.
I had one last year. That was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed it. So it was good.
How many have you had?
Only one.
One.
I had one at the end of last year. to be honest, I didn't know how I was gonna go with it, but I loved it.
Really?
It was really good.
So you think
I enjoyed it.
Can you do pro kickboxing, pro boxing at the same time?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
I don't think you could. Well, no reason you couldn't.
Right.
But yeah.
And how are your legs, man? Are they like conditioned? Like, that's the thing I never understand about kickboxers. Do you just get used to the pain, or do you just?
The legs are pretty conditioned.
So what?
You get used to the pain.
Is it from kicking the bags a lot, you reckon? Or
you talking about the shins and all that?
Yeah. Or
yeah, it just
hit your shins with metal and shit.
You do. Sometimes I hit them.
Really?
I do. I try to hit them like a bit of conditioning there.
What do you mean hit them? Like with what?
Oh, you got a couple of things. Like you just got. I just use a thin kind of stick, not too thin, but
so
use a stick, and I'll just be watching TV, and you just give it tap, and what happens is it just build stronger.
Wow.
And then especially after every fight, I gotta say there's a massive conditioning in your fight because you're never kicking anyone like in training and all that without your shin pads. You know what I mean? So when you're in the fight, you get massive conditioning. Right. And my shins are like lumps at the moment. They're pretty smashed.
Like I know, like when you like walk past a coffee table or something,
and you tap, give it a knock. Oh.
Like for me, that's like.
Yeah.
You just take it in stride. Like, another tap.
We're used to it now. But yeah, I gotta say, conditioning is a massive part, and that's why the Kyokushin base is so important as well. That's why it's so good. It's a really strong base.
And having so many fights, you would have like the conditioning would be like instilled in you by now.
We're getting used to it.
Awesome. Well, man, tell everybody where we can find you on like social media.
Yeah, so I got my social media. Keep everyone up to date with that. Instagram, just Nasar Kassab, guys, and then Facebook. Pretty much my Instagram. If you want to keep up to date, what's happening.
So Nasar.
SAR. Yeah, Kassab, Kassab.
Yep.
And we'll pretty much post all my stuff on that.
Beautiful. Well, guys,
highlights.
Get around, give them a follow.
Yeah, 100%.
And thank you so much for coming
Jake,
on, brother.
thank you, brother, for having me on.
Thank you, guys.
Absolute pleasure.
Take care.